I'm very disappointed to tell you Last Airbender was one of the worst movies of the year. I give it 1.5 out of 4 stars. Do not see this movie. If you are a diehard Shyamalan fan, don't see it even more because you will feel terrible.
Pretty much, like, they skipped through the entire movie pretty much. They rushed the entire thing.
Like, it didn't, explain things fully.
The movie could have been as bad as it is right now, and if they had just called him Aang once!
The movie is atrocious. It's literally the worst movie I ever seen in my entire life. I promise you. I'd rather watch Dragon Ball Evolution 15 times than watch The Last Airbender for 5 minutes. Hell, I'll buy Battlefield Earth if that makes you understand how much I hate this movie.
How was it?
I hated it. To me, it was a waste of time.
I didn't like it. I couldn't stand it. It was boring. I actually dozed off on it for a short while.
It was too rushed. They didn't have enough detail in it.
They skipped a lot of things. The acting wasn't good. The characters really screwed up each other's names.
You don't take the main character and change his name.
No, you don't. It's such a letdown. His name is Aang.
One of the worst movies of 2010 next to Drawn Together the movie. And thank the Lord I've seen better movies in 2010. Like How to Train Your Dragon and Toy Story 3 were much better movies than this shit.
I gotta tell you, I've never been more disappointed in a movie.
I thought that it kind of sucked if you liked Avatar the show.
I don't actually think M. Night Shyamalan has ever even seen this show.
I want my money back.
Wow.
And I actually wish I had my hair back.
This movie is just atrocious all around. It's not a good time. It's nothing memorable. The acting is terrible. M. Night Shyamalan should be ashamed of himself. And I'm never, ever watching another M. Night Shyamalan movie ever again.
June wasn't in the movie. I should have been.
There was a young lady dressed as a Kyoshi warrior, and she has actually taken the costume off because she wasn't even in the movie.
The movie is awful. The acting is awkward, the writing beyond lazy, and it fails both trying to be a faithful adaptation and a standalone movie. But it could never be a standalone movie because there's only one Avatar.
So can I point out, we have a line of people that I don't think, did any of you guys like the movie? No! Yeah, they didn't like it. For real, channel, I'm Chris Underwood, and I'll see you next week.
What in a living sitch was that? M. Night? After I watched this movie years ago, I have to say, don't make another movie like this ever again. I'm begging you, M. Night. Hello, fellas. What the search? My name is Nick Hicks Studio Lounge here. And yes, that opening is similar like my last rant I did back in last year. Which the main reason why I had to bring that up again is because of the fact that this film just really killed the 2010 movies. But don't worry guys, this video is very, very different than my other one. Just because you have the opening, that doesn't mean this is the same video that you watch. So yeah. Oh boy, I am not ready to talk about this film again. And this is the last time I'm gonna talk about this freaking movie because it's been 15 years since this Abomination came out. Because this film came out on July 2nd. And yeah, sure, honestly the release date, this film came out on June 30th, 2010. But in the poster, they came out on July 2nd. So I'll look at Wikipedia after this, so yeah. So today, I'm about to tear apart and give this film a biggest rant to one of the worst Nickelodeon movie I have ever seen in my 23 years of my life, and this has got to be one of my third worst movie I have ever seen for a very long time, next to Megamind vs. the Doom Syndicate and Cartoon Media the movie. And no, people, that is not my favorite movie, so cut that crap out. Anyway, so I'm about to do a biggest rant to one movie that got destroyed by fan, and I feel so sorry for the fan who really enjoyed the television of The Last Airbenders, which is none other than The Last Airbender, based on the beloved critical acclaim shows on Nickelodeon called Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'd rather watch The Legend of Korra way better than watching this piece of crap. So yeah. And don't worry guys, I'm not gonna say any bad word because I keep my channel family friendly, because I show my YouTube channel to help well. So that's why I'm making my YouTube channel family friendly. So yeah, my Final Destination live stream, that would be a different story because copyright. So that stream is gonna be unlisted, I promise. Anyway, enough further ado. Let's get this started. So yeah, it's Bigot Rant time. It's going to be the biggest angry video I ever did in 2025 since my rant on Megamind 2. But even better than that. Anyway, so what do I think about The Last Airbender? Well, before we get to that, let's go to the history. And mark my word, this has got to be one of the worst things that M. Night ever did, honestly. And yeah, sure, I don't hate M. Night as a person, because M. Night is a very kind guy. But him as a director, he might be selfish. Honestly, he might be selfish, because he's not taking the criticism because of what people say about his movie. I'll probably M. Night say, hey, you know what? I am not going to wait anybody to tell me what to do. This is my movie. I can do what the fuck I want. And I made that film because I really regret this to make this film. And to be honest, someone tell me on the live stream, I heard a lot of people said that M. Night was regretted to make this film. Wait, just like Tom Phillip, that he refused to make Joker 2, but yet David Zaslav just forced Tom Phillip to make Joker 2 to make fans angry. This is the same thing that happened in 15 years ago. Because in 15 years, M. Night refused to make this film, but just like what Warner Brothers did last year, yeah, Paramount was give this budget like a good budget. What? It's not a good budget, it's a bad budget, for God's sakes. So they give him a budget. They give him like they give him like $1, like $1 million, and then he was saying, you know what? I'll make the film, but I'm gonna make this film bad on purpose. So just like Tom Phillip, M. Night, he does not know but The Last Airbender. He did not even bother to watch the show that came out 20 years ago, and he did not even bother to read the book. Because you gotta watch the source material. The source material is there. But yeah, he made this film bad on purpose. So thanks a lot, Paramount. You completely ruined M. Night's career. But I am so glad that M. Night completely redeemed himself by giving us The Visit, Split, and of course, Grass. And Unbreakable at the same time. Anyway, so let's go to the Rotten Tomatoes. Oh, holy moly, macaroni and cheese. This Rotten Tomato is just as bad as Meet the Parents 3, or Little Crap, or whatever you call that freaking movie. So The Last Airbender, the movie that came out on July 1st, it came out like 15 years ago. I would have watched Tango instead of this. So this film got a 5% on Rotten Tomato for the critic. Oh, yikes. And this film got a 30% for the audience. That has got to be one of the worst Rotten Tomato rating I ever seen for a Nickelodeon movie. I'd rather watch Paw Patrol the movie way better than watching this a minute of this freaking horrendous movie. And not just that, even this film got a terrible rating on IMDb. This film got a 4.0 out of 10. And once again, when you compare this rating to Disney Snow White, yeah, there's something wrong with IMDb. And yes, I understand, I kind of sound like a broken record, but honestly, I don't give a shit. So what about the box office? Well, I thought this film was bomb at the box office, but after I did my research, and that's why I redo my opening, because originally I was saying that this film was a major bomb at the box office, but after I look at the research before people correct me, yeah, it got mixed. It got mixed box office, so let's check it out. So the box office of The Last Airbender was not a box office bomb, but it was a commercial failure. So it was a wide failure by the critic, so it got mixed at the box office. So this film got a $150 million budget, and this film grows $131 million domestically, and this film got a $319 million worldwide. Which I'm going to be thinking this film is not a box office bomb, but it can be worse. It can be worse. Like the box office of the Marvel, that is way worse than the box office of The Last Airbenders. And to be honest, guys, this film should not have been bad in the first place because this movie has some okay budget, like $150 million. That's not bad. Honestly, that's not a bad budget because this film was marketed, and I gotta say the marketing, you know what, the marketing was crap. The marketing was crap. It was marketed as a 3D movie, and I can't believe why Paramount and Nickelodeon movie was overhyping for this film. Upon those saying, oh, The Last Airbender, it's gonna be the best Nickelodeon movie ever. No, it's not. Have you not even seen the SpongeBob SquarePants movie? That is way better than this horrendous war piece of crap. And this film got a Razzie Award. Oh, heck no. First, this film got a 5% on Rotten Tomatoes for the critic, and this film got a lowest rating for the audience, like a 30%. And not just that, even IMDb gave this film a 4.0 out of 10. Are you telling me that this film honestly, are you telling me that The Last Airbender won a record-breaking 5 Razzie Awards in 2011, including Worst Picture, Worst Director, Worst Screenplay, Worst Supporting Actress, and worst of all, Worst IMAX 3D Screening? You have got to be kidding me, and I gotta say, this is even worse 3D movie than that freaking movie called The Texas Chainsaw 3D. And John Wick fan, I highly recommend you stay away from it because Texas Chainsaw 3D is got to be one of the second worst 3D movie ever. Well, originally it was the worst 3D movie ever, but I think The Last Airbender are now officially, honestly, they're all neck and neck. They are neck and neck. Because The Last Airbender is the worst 3D movie I have ever seen in my life, and I don't want to see this type of film to be in 3D ever again. And even worse, this film have joined the worst movie ever made. Oh, for God's sake, this film is even worse than Freddy Got Fingered, Battlefield Earth, the Emoji Movie, and of course, this film is even worse than every single movie on my list. Is even worse than Jack and Jill. Is even worse than Fan for Steak. Is even worse than Food Fight. Is even worse than Freddy Got Fingered. More like Freddy Got Fingered up your butt. And of course, this film is even worse than Disaster Movie, Battlefield Earth, and you know what? And this film is even worse than Megamind vs. the Doom Syndicate. And this film is even worse than Cartoon Media the Movie. Well, even Cartoon Media the Movie is the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. Which, honestly, if I hear anyone said that Cartoon Media the Movie is the best movie ever, I'm gonna be laughing my butt off, like in a comedy way. And thank you so much for that joke, John Wick fan, what you did last night. Which I might set that as the opening for that for that rant this summer. So get ready for that and stay tuned. And of course, last not least, this film got a 49% like the movie. Oh God, that is absolutely horrendous. You know what? Let's get to my opinion. So what do I think about The Last Airbender? It was exactly I thought it was going to be. No saturation at all. Not just this film is the worst movie based on the beloved cartoon, and I am not watching Kim Possible 2019, so get that thing out of my face. Thank you very much. And I am not showing a picture anymore at all. And thank God I didn't show a picture when I said that. So, or else I would be editing a pain in my butt. So not just this film is the worst movie based on the beloved cartoon. Not just this film is the worst 3D movie I ever rented in my entire life. And not just that, and not even this film is the worst movie of 2010. But I have to say this. This film... is this film as even worse than Mega Man 2? No. Because Mega Man 2 is in my number 2nd, but The Last Airbender is my 3rd worst movie ever made. Oh, for God's sake. I would have watched Deadpool and Wolverine, Kim Possible movies, all the drama, Oppenheimer, and even Frozen 2. I would have watched those instead of the last poopy bando. Okay, that was really insult. Okay, that was really disgusting. It's kind of made me go anime, darn it. Anyway, so do I have any good thing about this film? Heck no. I do not have any good thing about this film at all. And yes, I understand that's not the cast's fault. I have to blame on M. Night because M. Night said that he really regretted to make this film. And because of that, this film just really made the fan angry. It made us angry. M. Night, I hope you're happy years ago because you made me angry, you made a fan angry, you made the audience angry, and of course you made a black critic guy angry for all people. You made Chris Duckman Nice angry, you made black critic guy angry, and you made a nostalgia critic angry. And I don't want to know what Maya George said about this movie, which honestly I don't want to know because it's going to be the same old opinion, just like mine. Yeah, I don't have any good thing about this film, so let's tear this movie apart with a new one as my power of aim, not you dumb idiot. The story. Holy crap. This has got to be one of the worst story I ever heard for a Nickelodeon movie. Like seriously, you just took the original concept and make it as your new empire, and that is really disgusting. Disgusting for the freak. And of course the characters, they cannot get the character right. The character, it is not my type of character that you can see in a movie. And I am not joking to you, y'all. You want to know what his name is? It's not Ain, ladies and gentlemen. You want to know what his name is? Well, that's the fact that his name is
Chico, my sides hurt.
I know. Where are the fashion police when you need them?
You stop it. I can't take it anymore.
Really, M. Night? You have got to be kidding me right now. I'm gonna correct you, and this is the last time I'm gonna do this freaking thing. His name is Ain, not Un. Are you an idiot? Honestly, even I don't insult the director because insult filmmaker and director make me into the one user which I don't want to speak of ever again. But that's not the point. The point is, M. Night, or you just made this film bad on purpose, which I understand that you don't feel like doing in this film. That doesn't mean you had to make this film to make the fan angry. Man, this is just as bad as much that Tom Phillip made Joker 2 on bad on purpose because they made a film for the fan who get angry. Honestly, do you enjoy the first Joker movie? Oh, screw that. We're gonna make Joker 2 and made that film as a bad movie. And honestly, and if you like the Avatar, The Last Airbender, oh, screw that piece of garbage. We're gonna give The Last Airbender, and we're gonna make you angry. Yeah, M. Night, you deserve better than this. And once again, his name is Ain, not Un. How on earth are you taking a main character, his name is Ain actually, not Un, and now you just changed his name for no stupid reason. And in the film, people said his name is Ain. Next. Anyway, so the character is Soen. That is not my Soen. That is definitely ain't my Soen crap. Because Soen, he was not funny in this film. You want to know what his personality is? Well, his personality is being serious all the darn time. Boring. No one wants to see that type of Soen. We really want to see Soen as a close-up face character and a funny character. And saying the mushroom is funny. Yeah, that's my Soen. Not the one Soen that said, honestly, is over there down the street. Oh my god. Worst performance today by Jackson. And of course, you got, oh god, not Katara. Oh, holy moly macaroni and cheese. Well, originally, that she was the worst character in the... I'm sorry, Mother Gamer, back I was saying. Yeah. Well, originally, Katara was my worst character in the film. This is exactly the main reason why I have to redo this rant, because Mature told me that the one actress that she was in The Legend of Korra, she was in this Abomination. And this movie came way before The Legend of Korra, and I am so glad that the actress finally redeemed herself by doing the worst performance, which is this movie. into the best performance, which is none other than her as Amanda Saga from The Legend of Korra. One of the best lesbian fanfiction next to Hell's Hotel, and that's a fact. Anyway, yeah, before The Legend of Korra, in 2010, this has got to be one of the worst performances that I ever seen. Oh my lord, she was really god awful. Her performance was Razzie, and of course, I can't believe why that she was in this film. Oh, I know why this film was made. It's because we got to have money. Yeah, that is literally Paramount Picture at M. Night in a nutshell. Like, seriously, this is not a cast member's fault. Like, honestly, this is M. Night's fault because this is his movie. And all you gotta do, make this film masterpiece. But no, you just made this movie bad on purpose. And made this film in 3D. I gotta say, this is the worst 3D movie I ever seen. Let's finish the character, shall we? So, yeah, the villain in the movie. The villain in the movie is absolutely horrendous. Especially, there was a one scene in the film, I was almost gonna lose it, which is none other than the one scene when everybody look at the blue moon, and I thought it's gonna be a motion moment, but not until the freaking god completely fight together. Ugh. What's the point of the scene? What's the point of that freaking scene? And you know what? I might talk about more about this film on my Nick Hicks and the Power on my COM Nick Hicks garbage because it's a Power month, baby. Woo-wee. Yeah. And of course, the visual is absolutely disgusting. Yeah, I did not like the visual in this film. The visual have nothing redeem about this film at all because the 3D aspect was all over the place. So do you think that Saw 3D is the worst thing that came out in 2010? Well, originally, but not until you got Meet the Parent 3, which that was the worst movie of 2010. But more I think about this film made Meet the Parent 3, Saw 3D, into Tango the comparison. Worst 3D movie ever. And I can't believe why this film was shot in 3D. What the frick? I mean, what the sitch? Mr. said. And the climax. Holy heck. This has got to be one of the worst climax I ever seen in my life. Especially if there was a one climax, which is then Ain. I'm sorry. His name is No, scratch that. I'm going to call him Ain. So, there was a one scene in the film, which is the climax, which is then Ain, Blaine the giant wave. Sorry guys. Like I was saying. Yeah, there was a one scene in the film, I was completely losing it, and make me want to throw a remote out of the freaking television. Which is none other than Ain, Blaine the giant wave, defeat the bad guys, and boom, that's your climax. Really? That is the climax? You know what? I have to say this. Worst climax ever. Oh my goodness. Does this climax seem similar? Oh, I know that the fact that this film completely... You know what? Even this film came way before Frozen 2, but I'm just saying it as a comedy purposes. This climax is remind me of what Frozen 2 done. When you have Aang bring the giant wave, Elsa did the exact same thing, but she did it a lot better. Who agreed that Frozen 2 climax did a much better job than the one from M. Night for the last Airbenders? Yeah, who agree with me, folks? Who agree with me? Yeah, folks. And of course, the title... No. The title card. Oh my goodness. The title card is absolutely god-awful. Like a fire, wave, and water, or... You know what? Even I don't use that term, but I have to say it. But the visual in this film is cheap and lazy. Like, this film is cheap and lazy. Why? It's because you bring a bunch of people to do these visuals, and these visuals all over the place. And the worst scene in the film, which Animat, thank you so much for mentioning that, buddy. Anyway, so there was one scene in the film, which is none other than, which is none other than all everyone who is a part of the last Airbender. Honestly, they was doing the training for the fighting. And please don't tell me they was doing that dancey style. What the heck is this? Dance, mom? And you know what? Frick this crap. I'm done talking about this nonsense. what else have to say about the last Arrow trashy? Because this film was absolutely atrocious. This film had one of the worst story I ever seen for an M. Night movie and one of the worst story I ever heard in my life. And the character all completely ruined. Like, really, M. Night? His character name is Ain, not Un, or you idiot. And of course, of course you got Soen, hashtag not my Soen, not my Soen. And of course you got Katara, the same with Soen, you know what, hashtag not my Katara, because that is not my Katara. The Katara from the original is way better, the same way as Soen and Ain. So yeah, and the villain was completely stupid. Like, seriously, you're taking a villain from the original and then you turn him into like a generic villain that nobody give a darn about, nobody give a crap about, and nobody care less. This has got to be one of the worst things that came out in 2010. This has got to be one of the worst 3D movie I ever went through in my entire life. And no wonder this film got a bomb for review, got mixed for the box office, and of course this film won a ton of Razzie. And this film have joined in my top 10 worst movie ever made. And once again, this film is just as bad as Culty Media the movie, Megamind vs. the Doom Syndicate. The one film is in my blacklist, which you already know what that is. Skip it. And of course, Battlefield Earth, Disaster Movie, Freddy Got Fingers, Food Fight, Fan for Stick, and last not least, Jack in Jail. And this film is, I ain't gonna say it. In the same way as the other one, I ain't gonna say it. You already know what it is. And Hollywood, stop making these movie based on cartoon. It's always a failure. You did the same way as Monster High the movie. Even I'm not watching that piece of donkey crap. And even Preston hate that movie so much. And you made Marmaduke 2010. And I gotta say, I want to watch Marmaduke 2010 instead of watching this. Yeah, that's how bad it is. And guys, if you want to watch a way better movie that came out in 2010, just go watch Toy Story 3. Just go watch that. Go watch A Social Network. Go watch that amazing masterpiece movie. Even I haven't seen it, but heard that film is a masterpiece. And go watch one of my favorite movies that came out in 2010, What's Ned and Tango. Yeah, go see Tango. It's way better than this piece of freaking crap. Anyway, guys, so that was my movie rant. One of the biggest rant I ever did in my channel. What's Ned, The Last Airbender. I'm very sorry this rant is very short. Like, seriously. What else have to say about this film? You already know. You already know what's my thought on this film. It's everywhere. The story, the character, visual, 3D aspect, everything about this film is cheap and lazy. Even I don't use that term, but I was just saying it for this film. And the only way I'm going to say is cheap and lazy, which is another for bad film like this. So yeah. Anyway, guys, so if you enjoyed this rant, if you want to see more of this amazing, you know what, scratch that. Hit that subscribe button, turn notification, and share the virtual following. And I was originally going to say what you think of this film, think it's good or bad or mediocre. I'm probably you don't care less, I'm probably you don't give a darn, and I'm probably you don't give a sitch. And if you want to watch a way better movie based on a cartoon, go watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2014. And yeah, sure, that film was not a masterpiece, but at least it's way more tolerable and way better, in my opinion, more than The Last Airbender. And whoever said that Ninja Turtle 2014 is worse than The Last Airbender, I'm very sorry, but there's something wrong with your taste of movies. Like, seriously, have you not even seen The Last Airbender? You know what? Frick this crap. I'm done. Screw this movie. Screw Paramount for marketing this movie. And M. Night, do better. And I am so glad that M. Night finally redeemed himself by making a movie which don't make fan angry. Which then The Visit. I heard Visit is a very mediocre movie, which I might watch out for Halloween Review Week. And of course, they made some movie like Grass and Split. I would have watched Split instead of watching this piece of freaking crap. Anyway, guys, so if you want to watch a way better Nickelodeon movie, just go watch the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. And go watch the SpongeBob movie Sponge Out of the Water. Those films are way better and way more fun and entertaining than watching this crap. You know what? Fix this crap. I'm done. Anyway, guys, so this is Nick Cake Studio Lounge signing off, and get ready for my movie review on the very first Mission Impossible movie, the one who started it all. Good, we're gonna get some positive for once. And this is it now. Goodbye, and I hope you really enjoy this rant. If you don't, my apology.